Welcome to another unit in this Access course. This time I'm going to talk about how we can search in our tables or filter them or sort them by specific roles. Well, let's start with the searching. That's actually same way as you would do it normally. You can just use Command and F for find. And it looks pretty similar to the classical find or find and replace formulas, which you might know. There's, however, two small differences. I have down here the aspect or the part look in, which is just the current field. So in this case would be the ID number or current document. So in this case, if I want to find anything in this table, I would have to switch to document. And the important aspect, which very often goes wrong, for match, it's selected as whole field, meaning this must be the only entry. So if I'm looking, just because I know there's someone whose name starts with DEFF something, and I'll leave it like this guy will not be found because this is not the whole field. The whole field is much larger. So in this case, I could either use start of field if I know the beginning. Much better it would be any part of field. Also, I should leave this match cases always checked off in this situation, because in this case, if I click this, he would actually take a look, is the D uppercase, are the other letters lowercase? If I leave it switched off, it could be in any situation. Well, that's the part on searching, more or less the same as we know this. We have to differentiate field, this part, or the whole document, whole table, and we, in most cases, should switch from whole field, which makes only sense if I know the whole content, to any part of field. Well, that was mainly everything on how to search, find, or replace something in a table. Now we could talk about sorting our tables. This is actually very straightforward. If you take a look here, you have to select the column by which you want to sort, and then you can simply right-click on the name of the corresponding column or the corresponding field and go with either sort A to Z, Z to A. That's more or less it already on sorting your data. Filtering is a bit more complex, and it also differs whether I want to filter something like this, text variable, a text field, or something like this, something with numbers, with digits. Any filter you want to activate, you can find here on the right of a field with this, which already looks like a drop-down menu. So if we go here, we have the classical text filters from Microsoft, we know. Equal, so is exactly the same as, or is exactly not the same as. Begins with, does not begin with, contains, end with. So those are the classical filters. You might know them from pivot tables or something else. And again, I could also, in this part here, select all those I want to have shown or do not want to have shown. Of course, this makes sense. If, as the case is here, I have like 6 entries, this would be really problematic if I have 280,000 or something entries. So that's the classical text filters. With numbers, I'm a bit more flexible. Again, I could just select all the different numbers, or I could have those filters with is equal to or not equal to, is larger, greater than, or lies somewhere in between. So that's more or less everything there is also to the different types of filters, because the date filters, which we also have, are a bit similar to those number filters. It's also equal, unequal, before or between two dates. So it makes sense to focus mainly on text and on number filters. Well, what we see here as well, we can sort with this right click on the name, or we could also sort if we just select the filters. It's not a type of filter, but it still works in this way. Well, that's already everything I wanted to mention in this short session. Hope you enjoyed it. I say goodbye and see you next time.